Welcome back to the Raza BIPOC Access Podcast. Actually, no, one more time. Welcome back to the Raza BIPOC Access Podcast. And today we are sitting with your co-host, Mark, aka Creative Logic. We're here for other co-hosts.
Yeah, Spin El Poeta, One Mic Educators, La Raza Open Mic Series.
And we're going to let Spin introduce our guest for today.
Yeah. So you know what it is with the La Raza BIPOC Access artist development for the grassroots artists. We got here my brother, Yungstar Millz.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great.
Very happy to have you with us. You know, I just wanted to share with the audience. You've been with us from back in the day. We had the Immigrant Indigenous Friendship video poem that you took part in.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was beautiful to have you involved and to see you grow. You know, I met you, spoken word artist doing your thing, and then I saw you evolving into rapper, into producer, into all these different tasks that are required to be a successful independent artist, brother. So for me, it's an honor to have you. It's my thank you, my gratitude to you to have you as one of our guests in this inaugural podcast. And why don't you let the world know in your own words who Yungstar Millz is?
Well, my name is Yungstar Millz. I'm from Scarborough, representing. And I'm a rapper, poet, and a producer. I got so many side hustles. You know, I'm just trying to make some income out of this. And with me, I speak like more like positive stuff, you know, not into like gang shoot 'em up type of rap, but you know, what I talk about is like whether it's reality or perspective of my writing. I create like a vision of how I incorporate it within my music and within my poetry, you know.
And why do you go about it that way?
Just wanted to do something different. I'm not trying to be like, you know, because I don't curse in my raps. I'm not trying to be like Will Smith or anything, but you know, I wanted to do something my own way. Like, I've never been like, I don't worry about what other people are doing besides like, you know, the typical rapping stuff, like the violence and stuff. I don't really get into that. However, I do talk about it, try to make like how we could overcome it.
And
You know what I mean?
yeah, you're bringing like that positivity into the music. And sadly, it's so saturated with violence and catching bodies and, you know, objectifying women and all that. And so for me, I've really appreciated you. And I love that song that we started the podcast with, like I told you before, but I want to tell you on air that it's helped me through some dark moments. You know, I've had some struggles where I felt like I was getting written off, you know, even with a business that I took on after my stepfather passed. And it was so many nights where I felt I was getting slept on and written off. And then I would just hear in my head, it's not over. You know, I'm just getting started. So I thank you for that, brother. And I want to know from you, like, what was your inspiration to create that song? Because it's helped me through many a dark night. But I want to know from the source. What was your inspiration for that one?
My inspiration was whenever I hear a song, like a beat, and it has that like energy to fit what I'm talking about, I just write it. Well, It's Not Over. I recently recorded that back in 2021, but I released it in 2022. But to me, it still feels like it's brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And it relates to what I'm talking about as well. And it relates to other people talking about, because there were times where I was like feeling low and I had to like motivate myself to keep going, you know. And that's why I say it's not over. I'm just getting started.
So it's your own kind of motivational anthem.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And talking about that kind of like it's not over, it's just getting started. How has it been for you in terms of like peer support and like family and friend support in terms of your music?
My family, they sometimes support me. And I know other people who support my music, but you know, sometimes it's not really enough. And usually I don't really talk about it, but it has to be said, because it's just the way how I'm feeling as a struggling artist, you know. So it's tough, but I know I'm capable of trying to get to the right audience. I had a show that I was once featured back in 2022. no one brought a ticket, even though I was promoting it heavy. I'm a heavy promoter when it comes to music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But however, I got one for myself because I support myself, and other artists should be doing the same thing. So
100%.
I got so many like fans and newcomers from other artists, you know. So that was a good inspiration.
I know for me, brother, like over the years of organizing and doing events, sometimes the biggest letdowns came from friends. You know, people that I felt should be at the shows, should be downloading the song, the poem, promoting it.
Yeah, and people tell me, "Oh, sorry, I can't come. I'm busy that day," and I totally understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's definitely like a support that will come. Now, how have you managed to keep yourself motivated through these challenges? Because I know, like I speak from my personal experience, it gets deflating sometimes. You're out here busting your behind, putting the music together, doing the show, and then you don't even know if people are going to reach. But at the same time, people do reach. Sometimes unexpected people reach that I didn't even realize rock with me like that. And so how do you motivate yourself through those disappointments, and what other challenges have you faced in your journey?
I got a team, so they motivate me. And what I do is I continue to keep doing what I'm doing. I could like take a break for like a year or a month or two and then come back to music when the time is right.
You don't give up. You just keep pushing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. What would you say your favorite song is out of everything you've put together?
I would say It's Not Over. It's so many songs. I like Shine. It's also a motivational song, and I like The Warning. It's just me pretending to like go off at a rapper who sucks, you know. I like that.
We've all done that in our heads.
I wanted to talk to you about that too, because you've talked about how you're a rapper, you've produced, you've also done like some video editing in the past.
Yeah.
So like, how did you learn these skills? Like, did you go to school for these things? Was it like a self-learning journey? Talk a bit about that, like how you expanded your abilities and allowed your creativity to expand beyond music.
Okay, so it's a self-learning journey. So I watched some YouTube videos on how to edit it. I edit some of my videos on InShot. And usually what I would do, I was just like take like random like video images and like trying to like figure out how I could picture this for my next video. Like my video for Hear My Pain, I edited that by myself on an iPad. So yeah.
100%. And how long did it take you to kind of like figure those things out? And was there ever like a period where you kind of fought going down that learning journey, like feeling like you didn't want to learn another new thing? Or was it just kind of like necessity? You just went out and did it because you know you needed those assets to kind of continue your career or continue what you were working towards?
I figured I would do it myself, you know.
And
yeah, do it on my own. To do it on my own, because I've dealt with other videographers and I've learned the skills by them, you know.
Understood.
As well as directors too.
Yeah.
You know that song "Do It Myself" by Russ?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my anthem, man. Like when I see you and I see you learning all these different skill sets, it's like the whole reality of a grassroots artist is we don't have the money or the budget to be doing all this fancy things. So sometimes we got to do literally everything ourselves. You know, what's been the reward for you in learning all these different skills?
The reward for me would be, I would just congratulate myself saying that I did it. Finally did something new. It's okay to take risk, you know.
100%. And what would you say is like one of the biggest risks that you've taken along your journey that you felt paid off? And like, how did you feel before taking that risk?
Like doing my own thing as part of music.
Yeah, it could be a part of music. It could be from your production side.
As an artist,
just in the creative arts.
I don't know. I'm just trying to get myself out there, you know, until someone like recognizes and hears it.
I mean,
I would
that
get
in
that
itself is a
flashlight.
risk, right?
Yeah,
Because it's like, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? You know, and there's always like some hater somewhere, especially in the city of Toronto, that's like, oh, da-da-da-da-da.
yeah,
But
I'm used to it.
would you call that in itself a risk? Like you just putting yourself out there constantly hoping that big break comes through?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk a bit about that. Like, what are some of the barriers that you found or like roadblocks trying to put out your music or trying to monetize or create that revenue from your art?
I would say that's a tough question. I don't know. It's like so many things. Like I do promotion and stuff like that. So like I promote myself on like Instagram and TikTok, and my team, they keep pushing me to go further. Like we talk about ideas on how to get a new single and how it could be like attract the audience, you know?
Like I'll keep it 1,000 with you, bro. My YouTube numbers suck. I've been performing for like 15 years. I've
Same
won
for me.
competitions all over. Same for you?
Yeah, a little bit.
So to me, that's definitely been an area of frustration as a poet, because then I'll go on YouTube and I'll see some whack poet that got hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm like, how come, you know, I have to toss it over to you too, Marcus. Like, how come there's so much whack content that has all these views and then we out here dropping dope shit, but we just don't get that traction? Like, what are they doing that we're not?
We'd have to take a look, obviously, at the individual artist or the individual video to kind of get the details on it. But one of the things that I would always say is that, like, it's essentially marketing and it's building your audience. And a big thing about that is always remembering that what you consider dope isn't what everyone considers dope. And what you consider a great artist, there's somebody else who doesn't like that artist and they think somebody else is a great artist. So when you see people following somebody that you may not feel is as talented as you are, it doesn't mean that those fans have any interest in what you're doing. So it's like, it's not really about the comparison, but seeing if somebody has a fan base that you think you have something that would resonate with them, then you're looking to also target that fan base. And it's always been like that in music. It's why we've done features in music for such a long time. You would always have that bigger artist bringing in a newer artist, and essentially they would be using their audience and their influence to start or kickstart that artist's career in front of a fan base that would likely like their music. So like 50 wasn't trying to bring out conscious artists all the time. 50 was generally bringing out artists that had similar audiences to his music, the Lloyd Bankses, the MOPs, like et cetera, et cetera. So it's all audience, and it's what that audience wants to hear or what the audience wants to connect with. And now with the digital world, you can connect with those people all over the world. So start thinking about the people that you have as fans in your neighborhood. What are that person's interests? What are they into? Where do they go to find stuff? And then find that segment of an audience in Brampton, or that segment of an audience in England. Like all over the world, there's similar people who like that type of music, and it's about gravitating and getting them to know that what you're doing exists. So with that digital marketing, it could be keywords, and it could be writing in those keywords to attract that audience based upon what they're searching for online. Maybe they're looking for introspective music. Then you want to make sure you have introspective within your descriptions, maybe even in your actual video title, on the actual file name. Like all of those types of things are search engine optimization. So that's just like a few things that you can do to kind of build that audience or growing that audience. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to stay consistent, look at those analytics, see what they're actually responding to, and then continue to give them more of what they're responding to.
Yeah.
Have you tried some of those techniques that I was talking about there before? Or are those things that like you have been looking at strategies that may have worked or may not work? Like what is generally your strategy of putting out music and connecting with your audience digitally?
Well, usually I would like send messages to only to the people that are like consistent online. And I would tell them, yo, check this out. I just released a song. You can check it out. And yeah, I've been doing some stuff like that.
100%. And that's kind of like community engagement, reaching out to people, sending them messages, which is similar to like a newsletter. Have you ever done stuff where you started to create like an email list, for example? So you're sending these people messages, but then giving them a way to be able to sign up to get updates on you.
No, I haven't, but Spin told me about it. And I'm definitely
like
going to...
is what I used.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely going to look into that, because that's a good idea.
100%. And then you can start documenting your audience. And now you'll know like, okay, Last week, I had 10 fans, but this week I've got 15 fans. And that's kind of the whole game, is that if you continue to do that and you're growing your fan base like that, to me, it's not about having millions of fans or 500,000 fans in the world. If you've got 10,000 dedicated fans and every single year, those 10,000 fans are spending $10 on you a month, you're making over $1 million. Because that's 10,000 times 120 for the year, and that's 1.2 million. So looking at it as, okay, I'm going to get 10,000 fans and I'm going to get them to spend $10 with me each month, to me is a easier goal to kind of continue progressing towards, as opposed to saying I want 1 million fans. And even if you have 1 million fans, if those 1 million people don't spend $1 on you each year, you're bringing in less revenue.
And see, one thing I respect with Yungstar Millz is he always hustling. So I know at the festival, I think he brought some gear. He had some shirts. So what were those shirts going for?
The shirt. You mean the Yungstar Millz merch?
Yeah, merch.
It was $10.
Yeah.
And then I would increase it to like 15, or people would pay whatever. So
and so to me, when I'm hearing Mark tell you that, I'm thinking that you selling the merch at the festival, and then if you have a way to grow to 10,000, boom, they'll get them all to buy a shirt.
Correct.
It ain't got to be that much, and it could grow. Now I want to toss one back to you, Mark, because one of this well, first I want you to talk about it, and then maybe we can get Mark. Your stage presence is phenomenal, brother. Like when you get on the stage and the beat is playing, it's like you transform, bro. It's like you leave all your worries at the door and you're just a different person. You're just so natural. And I know that you have had performances where people come up to you. Where does that stage presence come from? Like, where do you get that strength and that talent?
I just like you said, feel like another person. Yungstar Millz is who I am on the stage, but behind the scenes, it's just me, Sean Miller. So when I'm on the stage, I just do my thing, and I tend to get nervous.
It doesn't show.
It does. Yeah, I know it doesn't show.
Oh.
I used to get nervous, but now I don't anymore. And there'll be times where I might slip up a little bit, but I just continue to keep going. And, what I represent is like real talk, I talk about like real issues, like how the music industry is like sabotaging artists and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And how it feels to be like a Black man in this world. I also talk about like serious topics.
It's all authentic to you. Like you believe
Speaking
in
from the heart.
Real talk. How often do you practice or rehearse your music? Because I know you can't just get on a silent stage without practicing or rehearsing.
I just record myself. What I tend to do is like I make a video of myself performing, and then I would play it over and over again. And then I would just that's how I like memorize, you know? Or I could record myself recording a poem on my phone, and then I would just play it over and over again.
Got you. So question to you, Mark. So his stage presence being phenomenal. He gets on stage, he kills it. People come up to him after the show. What advice would you give him to do so he can turn those people into part of the 10,000 fans?
Mailing lists, and creating essentially journeys, like sales funnels. So allowing somebody to tell them to go onto your Instagram and follow you, but check the link. So maybe your link is actually a link for them to be able to sign up for a newsletter. And giving something type of incentive to your fans. Like maybe by signing up, they might get a chance for free tickets in the future. Or by signing up, they might get entered into a raffle for a free t-shirt. Like it doesn't have to be something that's expensive, but something that incentivizes people to give you that information.
Yeah.
And then that's key for you to be able to now have these documented fans, as opposed to saying, okay, I went to the show, a lot of people came around. Now you'll be able to go home at the end of the day and see, okay, out of that show, I got 20 new people onto my mailing list. Or I got 30 more followers onto my Instagram or whichever platform. And now you're actually seeing if there's a benefit in these different things that you're doing. And then you can start to do more of that. So if that same promoter comes back, maybe that's someone you want to work with more, because every time you're working with them, you're seeing more fans, and then you're seeing more revenue in the future for yourself. So it's kind of like being able to have quantitative ways of being able to analyze how things are working for you. So actually like capturing that data Like how many people were at the show? How many people came and spoke to you after? How many t-shirts did you sell? How many of your CDs did you sell? You know what I mean? Having that information so you're now having understanding versus like, I talked to a lot of people yesterday. Like how much is a lot?
And are there cards you can use? Like I'm seeing where you could just tap the phone on the card and get all that info?
100%. You can get like digital NFC cards that you can utilize with your information on it. He could have a QR code, just like we have on the BIPOC Access t-shirts, where you'll be able to scan that and then you're able to see a whole bunch of information and sign up to a newsletter.
Gotcha.
But the key is this audience. Like all of this stuff is about you having an audience and then being able to monetize that audience. And it's not just about selling them music. Maybe in the future, your audience is at one age, like say you're a young artist, you have a lot of teenagers who are in your audience. 15 years later, now those same people are at an age where they're doing different things now with their money. And you could become that influencer for them. So essentially, we see it in a lot of other places and a lot of other industries, like sports. Like you see like a Shaq who came in the league at like a very young, early age. People who were watching Shaq on the Orlando Magic, they're now like my age. You're now your like late 40s. And you're seeing now, Shaq is selling you everything because Shaq is a recognizable face. And the audience that knows him is influenced by him. It's all over the world and they're into so many different interests, etc. So like Shaq, he could sell you a fridge and then he could also sell you a car. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's about your audience and then being able to always tap into your audience, know your audience and get feedback from your audience so you know what they're interested in. Don't try to just like give an audience or give a customer something because it's what you want them to buy. Start thinking about how you can show them there's value in what you're selling them.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna look that up. Thank you for the advice.
No problem.
Yeah, we'll send you those links, man. You got any projects you're working on or anything you wanted to share, with the audience or ways that they can support you?
Well, I got a single coming soon. Can't tell you what it is. It's on the low. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm all over social media. It's Yungstar Millz. It's YUNGSTARMILLZ. And yeah, you can follow me there, anywhere.
And we appreciate that and you taking the time to connect with us today and come onto the podcast and share about your journey, your creative journey. I'm wondering if there's any valuable resources or sources of inspiration that you'd like to share with us for fellow creatives.
Anything that's helped you in your journey as an artist.
I would just tell y'all to keep doing your thing, like keep going. And it's not over. You're just getting started.
I love that. I love that. There's a book called Real Artists Don't Starve. I'm going to get that for you because it's been a very informative book for me and motivational. And I really do believe we can make, income with our craft. Like that's what this whole project is for, brother. So I'm honored to have you with us, man. You got any other questions or shout outs or anything?
Shout out to my supporters and everybody who's supporting my music. Y'all know who you are. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, that's Yungstar Millz, everybody.
And thank you for connecting with us today. That was a great interview with you, learning more about your creative journey, your music, how you put your music together, and reasons why you make the music that you do, as opposed to going the mainstream route and talking about things that aren't as positive and don't really have sustainability.
Yeah. And also, I will admit that I do listen to these songs daily, but you'll never see me pop a pill or go crazy, You know what I'm saying?
You got integrity, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone, for checking us out. And that's another episode of La Raza BIPOC Access Podcast.
Bam, bam, bam.
Thank ya.